I'm Ashton Addison from EventChain for Investment Pitch Media and the Crypto Coin Show. And today on Blockchain Interviews, we have Alex Christian, the CEO of DataMynt. Alex, welcome to the show, and thank you so much for taking the time to come on today.
Yeah, Ashton, I appreciate it. Really looking forward to this discussion and to chat more about the project.
Definitely. And it is really, timing is key in this. And I think that your team's coming out with a product that for all of these new entrants into DeFi is going to be really valuable. And I would just love for you to kick it off to start with a high level overview of DataMynt, and then we can dive into those details.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Yeah, so we started DataMynt about 6 months ago or so. And DataMynt, the whole idea, as you kind of alluded to, it introduces and transitions the 99% of folks who don't use crypto, the non-crypto natives, to valuable and, importantly, practical DeFi services using non-volatile digital assets. So on the one side, DataMynt's a stablecoin focused DeFi project for the 99% who don't use crypto or DeFi for a lot of good reasons. So for that, we abstract the crypto, the DeFi, we offer fiat on and off ramps, and an easy to use UX, basically. On the other hand, for the DeFi world, we're really bridging the gap between TradFi, traditional finance, and DeFi. Growing, total value locked, and the market cap. Ideally, way beyond the billions, way into the trillions.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. And we are still so early on. And for those 99%, most of them, when we mention DeFi, they're usually asking, what is DeFi, right? And I know part of your initiative is to offer, banking-like services without the negatives of banking for these kinds of users. Can you talk more about putting that vision into action with the first product that your team is coming out with here?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a few key pieces that we've picked up on from the 99% of those who don't use crypto. And as a result of some of the research we've done and work in the past, one big piece is, again, like I mentioned, the stable, non-volatile digital assets, reducing the price risk. Most folks just don't have the stomach for the price swings that Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the others kind of provide. Second important piece is abstracting the tech, the crypto, and the DeFi. Do you need an engineering degree or a finance degree, economics degree to use banking services? No, and we believe you shouldn't. Same in DeFi and crypto, frankly. We also have added fiat on and off ramps and, frankly, familiarity to some of the legacy financial services and UX that the 99% are used to. Then we have some risk mitigation, like insurance that we've added. And so, yeah.
Definitely. No, I think that's the off-ramps and on-ramps from fiat are going to be especially necessary for those that aren't into DeFi and aren't really into crypto, but are looking to get a yield on their assets and not be holding, depreciating fiat assets as well. So I think that's going to be especially important. And can you talk about, as you're building out this first product, looking at the DeFi market and the centralized financial market where there is lending and staking and rewards as well, what do you think most differentiates and is unique about DataMynt compared to some of these other platforms that are also trying to come up?
Yeah, great question. So I would say arguably that no platform that I'm familiar with is really focused on the 99%. Other folks that offer from DeFi to even, centralized exchanges that offer staking, they also offer Bitcoin, Ethereum, and whatnot, which, we also believe in, but we don't think it's tailored specifically for the 99%. So while we don't necessarily offer an innovative blockchain functional value up front, we do offer the bridge to exponentially grow the DeFi space, TVL, liquidity pie for the entire DeFi universe. And we kind of say around here that, building the adoption bridges, it might not be sexy and it might be boring, but somebody's got to do it. So I would say so right now the stablecoin market is around 100 billion. And when DataMynt's finished, we aim it to be about 100 trillion, to be honest. And same for the DeFi
Wow.
market cap. Regarding centralized financial platforms, the value isn't even close, as all the DeFi users out there know. I mean, in banking in the U.S., you have yield up to 0.5% per year. We offer that almost per month. Not to mention the fees. And then if you want credit, hey, we'll give you a credit card if you're a bank for APR over 20%. Not to mention the arbitrary rules that are used to tell people how and why and when you can use your money. So on the legacy banking, I think it's a clear-cut slam dunk. And on the DeFi, we just think growing the pie for all of the innovators and hardcore DeFi users is the way to go.
Definitely. And even for those that aren't familiar with DeFi, haven't heard of it, and currently they have their bank account and they're getting, as you mentioned, 0.5% or even lower, 0.1, 0.2%. Your first product offering that you're coming out with is the stablecoin with a 5% APY. So that's not bad compared to the banks. Can you talk about specifically what was the decision in coming out with these stablecoins and coming out with 5% return as the first product?
Yeah, for sure. So stablecoins just kind of made sense. I think for what we're trying to distinguish in the minds of the 99% is crypto's not all about price swings. And stablecoins kind of been hidden, I think, in the background from the 99%. We're trying to really bring that forward. I could think, in terms of the 5%, we were initially going to offer around 10%, but the feedback we got was anything much above 6 or 7 looks scammy, quite frankly. It's just too good to be true. Mm-hmm. So reducing it also, I would say, down to 5%. It also gives us room to offer other things such as no fees. So we have no fiat or on-chain fees for the users, and also add insurance options. So we're getting toward, in the U.S., we have FDIC or government limited government insurance on depository accounts, and we want to kind of mimic that in the DeFi space.
That's great to hear. I was recently at a crypto talk about insurance, and I think that's a much needed product. And you mentioned risk mitigation earlier as well. And some people that have looked into DeFi, they've seen that, stablecoins is obviously going to help with that volatility, but in the depths of DeFi, there are some, very high risk, high reward options that obviously are quite different from DataMynt, but it sort of turns people off from, hey, this looks really risky. In terms of DataMynt's product and the platform overall, is it quite safe to say that the customers are going to have low risk, or what are some of the other ways that you've mitigated the risk for new entrants to come in and start using DeFi for the first time on DataMynt?
Yeah, great question again. So from a risk mitigation standpoint, there's a few different things that we're offering. With the BYOB native token, a significant portion of that is being allocated to a risk mitigation or insurance pool. We have a 3-phased approach to offer additional insurance. Also, we do internal risk assessments on which stable coins to add to our staking mix, and also which protocols. There are plenty of yield sources out there. There are plenty that haven't, for example, been audited and are perceived to be higher risk and thereby higher return oftentimes. And so we do our own kind of risk assessment with, again, the whole idea of being as risk free as we can.
Mm-hmm. That's good to hear. And you did mention there the BYOB, be your own bank token as well. I'm curious, as you roll out the platform, how integrated is the BYOB token? Is it required in the platform to be able to receive these yields or to stake? And what is the full functionality, and how does it provide value to the ecosystem?
Yeah, absolutely. So the BYOB token is native to DataMynt. Some of the features are built and will be ready upon the public auction in a couple months, and some of the features still being built. So insurance is ready to go. Incentives and for example, airdrops, those will commence probably starting next week, honestly. Staking is another piece that we're still kind of working out the details, but we're looking closely at what other projects have done, what's been successful, to really incentivize and motivate DeFi investors to join the BYOB train, if you will. So it's not required. I think in the midterm, we would definitely want to add this as another incentive to transact on the platform. Mm-hmm. So, for example, deposits and giving a certain amount of BYOB, but it's not a requirement. It's more of an ecosystem and platform play, but not necessarily targeted at the 99%.
Okay, that's great to hear. And what's the current status of, and if you give a snapshot for the platform and the token itself, I know that you're just rolling this out right now. Can you talk about where you're at with the whole ecosystem?
Yeah, absolutely. So for the DataMynt 5% product, that is live. It's in private beta right now. We're in kind of pre-launch. We have the fiat on and off ramps. And abstracted fees as well. So that is pretty much ready to go. On the BYOB token side, our first IDO kind of pre-sale starts on Monday, July 12th. I think this might be coming out around that time on Gnosis Auction. Get more information, again, Twitter at DataMynt. But that has just completed. Hacken did a great job of auditing the smart contract. We passed with kind of flying colors. We'll also be posting the results of that, and we are over the weekend pushing the token to mainnet. So we're really getting ready to launch here, and extremely excited.
That's very exciting. And what do you think will be one of the key factors to success as you launch, say years down the road, to become one of the namesakes for DeFi and for yields in stablecoins and just cryptocurrency overall?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I think a couple different things. We see ourselves as partners across the ecosystem, from protocols to stablecoins, and as the platform grows, we see, again, like the ecosystem should be growing. So if we can get that exponential growth in across the ecosystem, that means that we've been successful, and kind of vice versa.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
I'd say also, across the board, adding additional DeFi services as well. So, for example, credit, loans, and then opening up the system using, like, let's say, stablecoin debit cards and whatnot. So essentially the DeFi system and digital assets are ubiquitous worldwide is really the ultimate goal.
Definitely. And I know, this launch is going to be heavily weighted on this first product and driving in that 99%. But I'm guessing, maybe you can hint at down the road in your roadmap, potentially introducing other assets, different yields, higher yields, different financial products as well for those that are get familiar with that first product. Is that something that you have in the works as well?
Yeah, absolutely. We're hard at work, grinding away, scoping that right now from a higher yield standpoint with adding additional risk. So there's that. Layer 2 support to drive down fees, credit, as I mentioned, mobile apps, staking, BYOB, debit cards, and then also offering business solution. So right now we are in a proof of concept where we're offering, again, free fees, cross-border wage and payment solutions through stablecoins. So that's another avenue we're kind of looking to, because honestly, setting up, and you guys might know this, setting up wage and payroll in different countries and different entities is extremely expensive. Doesn't need to be. And we think that stablecoin and the platform, honestly, is a great way to kind of cut through that.
I completely agree, Alex. And we're running short on time, but for the viewers that are looking to follow along with this initial launch, learn more about the 5% stablecoin rewards, about the Byob token, what's the best way for them to learn more and to get involved?
Yeah, absolutely. So on Twitter, we're at DataMynt. It's DATAMYNT. We also have a Telegram group. And then again, we're actually on Gnosis auction on Monday, the 12th of July. For 3 days will be the initial exclusive auction of 1% of the total allocated. So yeah, would love to have as many members join the community as possible.
Definitely. Sounds great, Alex. I will leave all those links in the description box below as well. All the best on DataMynt moving forward. I'm really excited to watch as the platform launches and continues to grow, and let's follow up in the near future.
Sounds good. Thanks, Ashton.